Hey everyone, welcome back to Painted. Maury Curtis Dunbar here, back from vacation, feeling relaxed and refreshed. Now, fair warning, while I was gone, the air conditioner issues that I had before did not get better. So, we have somebody in the back working on fixing the air conditioning issues, the fact that it doesn't blow cold, the fact that it's leaking and doing bad things to the door frames. They're all here fixing that. So we may hear some noise in the background. Meanwhile, I am sitting in front of my own air conditioner with it angled at the back of my neck so that I can stay cool enough to do this video because we're in the middle of a heat wave. Hey Maddie, hey Jenny, nice to see you. And today we will be announcing our next share contest. Now I have some ideas in mind and I think y'all are gonna like this. All right, everybody, so let's get into today's fun now that I am working in the studio again. Yes, I did. I had a wonderful vacation, but now I have a lot to finish up. We did tons and tons and tons and tons. I'm just going to keep grabbing them. We did all these cutouts and stuff on my vacation, because my family likes to do this stuff as much as I do. So my ex was there with his daughter, and my sorority sister Camilla was there. Unfortunately, my husband couldn't be there because he had to be here making sure your shipments went out. And there's another one, and there's another one, and here's another one. So we did a lot of stuff, and there's more stuff here that we're going to be working on. So we're going to kind of cover a whole lot of groundwork today. So before I forget, the sprinkling contest, and you know sprinkles. Now, if you won the last contest, you cannot win this contest again. We have to give everybody a chance, but we do appreciate if you do, the winners from last contest, do sprinkle and do the sharing, because that makes the numbers go up enough so that everybody else can participate as well. So, as I was saying, this one is going to be a couple of feet of foil and one custom cutout in our heat transfer vinyl adhesive, meaning you can go onto our website and choose any of the cutouts that we have listed, and we will be putting some up before this contest ends, so there will be some new choices too. So you'll get 2 feet of, oh, thank you. I'm sorry, I'm blind as a bat today. Aliette, I think that's how you pronounce your name. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, forgive me. I'm going blind. Hey Donna, nice to see you here too. All right, so what I was saying is that we're going to do a share contest. Sprinkle the love. Start sprinkling that love. When we get up to 30 sprinkles, that will mean the contest is valid. We're going to run the contest from today to a week from today, meaning next Friday, I'm going to announce the winner. So the contest, just come back, say sprinkled, and post the word, do your sprinkling, and then post it here. I will be keeping track of the sprinkles over the course of the week. I will be checking to see who's doing it. And once we have all of that done at the end of the week, I will be doing a drawing. So you're going to get a couple feet of foil, whatever colors you choose, and some heat transfer vinyl adhesive in a cutout of your choice. And you will be able to go onto our website to the heat transfer vinyl cutout, pre-cutouts, order, let me know which one it is you want, and that's what you're gonna get. All right, everybody, I hope I made that. I sometimes I'm dazed from the heat and from my vacation. I'm still thinking of the ocean. All right, so if I didn't make that clear, I will make sure it's posted clearly at the top of this video. And just know, you got to get to 30 to make the contest valid. If we don't hit 30 sprinkles, we will not have a contest. So please be generous in your sprinkles. I will be sharing this around Facebook again so that everybody knows to sprinkle it. I will not be counting anything that I sprinkle. So It's all up to you. All right, let's get into our projects. We're gonna turn this down here. We're gonna finish up or rework some projects that I did this week. So the first one is, let me see if I can reach it over here. I got this very cute cutout welcome sign, and it's actually, and I can flip it over so you guys can see it in reverse. So my friend Camilla knows a small vets organization that does all these cutouts, and if you saw any of the pictures we posted on earlier, you saw the tractor and the apple that says teacher and all of that. So I'm hoping I can get from her the name of the organization so that I can share it with you all, because these are powder coated. I mean, these are cut metal and they're powder coated. So we put Primetch on them, let them cure for 48 hours because I wanted to make sure the cure was good. Then I put foil adhesive on, but I did a sloppy job because it was late at night and I was on my vacation. So I have a few spots that need to be corrected. So I just put a little more foil adhesive on the spots that were not in great shape. I'm going to drop this on here, and I'm just going to give a little rub. And of course, all of my scrub brushes are in the back. Why? Because I put them away from when I brought them with me. And I'm one of those people, we had this cottage for over a week, and so we brought bins of crafting goodies, and we brought, oh God, so much stuff. Paints and models. My ex and my son are really into making Dungeons and Dragons models and painting them, and so I brought pigments so that they could work on those, and we really had a good time. Give me just a second, let me grab a brush. All right, I'm back. Now I got this little scrub brush from Home Depot. So we've been talking about some scrub brushes being softer. This is a soft one, and getting a stiffer one is hard, but these little tiny ones from Home Depot are stiff. So if you needed a stiffer scrub brush, this is what I would suggest, because the bigger ones are hard to find. We used to get them in black, and they'd be really super stiff. We can't find those anymore, so if anybody finds those, let me know. All right, so I'm just gonna peel it back, and all I wanted to do was fill in the spots that I had not gotten a good release on before. So I think there's a little spot right there that I just kind of want to rub. Yep, there we go, perfect. So that after this, I'm gonna coat it with a little AquaGuard gloss, and it's gonna hang on my front door of my studio. So you saw that I've done these kind of wooden tags, and this was fun. This has, sorry for the banging, that's the repair in the back. You can see we've got the flower power foil here, and then we have in the background military camo. So we got a nice contrast on this. So this is very cool. This can be left this way. We can put more patterns over it. We can mount a picture in the center and put blast bead gel over it, make Christmas ornaments, make them Halloween decor, whatever we want. But a couple of these, well, folks, they came out a little flat. Let's see if I can find the one I had. Okay, for example, this one. It's really hard to see that this is part of the elephant stencil from Two Chatty Chicks, because this pattern is basically disappearing in here. So what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do, sorry, I was trying to read it, but I'm reading your comments and questions, but I'm reading them on an angle and I can't. So I think what I'm going to do is open up my iPad that's right, you can't see it, it's right over here. So maybe I can see your comments and actually answer them while I'm doing this work instead of looking down where I can't see them. All right, find me my page here. Give me just a second, because Facebook is really slow. I mean, I know we have new format and stuff, but man, has it been slow. All right, so, okay, now I can see myself. We gotta turn this on so I can see the comments. Oh, Camilla says, hello, bad attitude. Yes, her little brother calls me bad attitude. And we took, okay, before I go further, let me explain what I'm doing because I'm getting distracted. Still on vacation in my head. So what I want to do is I'm going to outline the stencil pattern here to make it pop more, make it a little more 3D. And what I'm using is our Deco Foil liquid adhesive that comes with the Scribble Writer top. If any of you have ever done paint pens and stuff, this is going to be familiar to you. And I'm just going to outline whatever I see. And this is going to, this takes a little while, you know, this is not speedy because there's a lot of details on this. And if I was really being smart about this, which of course I'm not at the moment, but I will be later when I go and review this before we foil it, I would have my stencil sitting right next to me so I can make sure I was getting all these little details, because there's a ton of little details right here that are almost invisible. And of course, I'll go and do all the details, but I'll do a little of this while I'm here with you, just so you get the idea of how this is going to go. Now, I store my Scribble writings bottle. Now, I could, sorry, I was stuttering on this. I could use this with the brush. I could use this in other ways, but if I want to use this tip, the cap has a little place where it rests the tip, but even that doesn't seem to always seam that up so that it doesn't get dry in here. So I always wrap it in a piece of tape. And of course, I lost the cap on the trip, so the tape is the only thing to use. And I store it upside down, and that keeps the liquid near the tip so you don't get stuff that dries out so fast and clogs the tip. Now, the only other way I could recommend doing that is at the end of your use, you take the cap off, wash it out completely, and seal this part off with some press and seal to keep it safe. And that will keep your tip clean as well. I know some of you are saying, oh, Desiree, thank you so much. Yes, I'm sorry to put you all through the withdrawals, but I get a little punchy and a little short-tempered when I'm overtired, and you know, like everybody else, it's been a long year, and I just needed a little time away to recharge my brain so I could come back and be good with you guys. I wasn't gonna be good much longer. I was getting very tired and very snappy, and I think my husband was happy to see me leave. I'm like, oh God, just go somewhere else, babe, somewhere other than around me. So, but it was such a good trip, and my ex came with his daughter. Unfortunately, neither his wife couldn't make it either because they have dogs, and where we were staying does not permit dogs. But it was really good. I mean, we all get along fine, so we had a great time. We had so much relaxing fun. It was like a little bit of heaven. Beach was beautiful. stayed away from every other person on the face of the earth happily. And we just, ate good food and watched a lot of movies, went to the beach, really just enjoyed each other's company. And that was the best part, when we all sat around the table and we're doing, our various projects. It was just good company. So we really, it just turned into the best trip ever. I really was so happy. The only thing that would have made it perfect is if my husband had been able to come along and my ex's wife had been able to come along. Okay, we're getting there. I don't know about you all, but I can't believe summer's almost over. Okay, so if you see right here, I got a little blob. I have these little sculpting things for clay and for paint, and I just come in and kind of scoop it off. It's got a little bit of a chiseled edge on it. And you can get these on Amazon. I mean, this was part of a mandala kit that I got, and it had styluses on one end, so I was using that, and then I realized it had these rubber nibs on the other for me to clean up messes with. Perfect, because goodness knows I can make a mess. So I'm going to finish this one little spot here, and then I'm going to set this aside because there's a whole lot of really small detail in here, and I can't imagine that that's terribly thrilling to watch me do. I mean, I love doing this, and I find, like, I watch myself when I do it, and it gets a little hypnotic. Okay, again, I had a big squishy mess by mistake in there because I went the wrong direction with my bottle. I personally find that when I do these, pulling the bottle away instead of shoving the bottle in while you're squeezing out the glue gives me a finer line. Because why? I'm pulling and leaving a trail. You see this? Pulling the trail, leaving this way instead of doing this and shoving through the glue. But every once in a while I forget and treat it like it's a pen and scroll it through. Now if you look closely on here, let me get this in, you're gonna see that it's starting to clear right in here. And so you need to wait an hour or until it's completely clear, whichever comes first. Personally, I usually whichever comes last, I should say. And then once it's clear to release the foil. And this doesn't require heat, even though it's a liquid adhesive for fabric. You can use it on hard surfaces, just like we're using here. And once it's turned clear, you're free to use it. Now, you can use it right away once it's turned clear, or you can walk away and come back and do it in 6 months, and it'll still be awesome. All right, so now I gotta pick a piece of foil to work with that. This is a dragonfly pattern I did. It just sort of disappeared once we put the adhesive on it. You know, it got a little dull looking, so I thought I'd perk it up maybe with some gold or with some silver. I'm just looking at the scraps I have next to me to see what I think would look good. Like that. I think we're just gonna try the cracked. I have all these old scraps from having these forever. And we use these in the studio for projects. We use them in the studio when we have kids coming in doing, it's like a couple times a year we were doing Easter eggs, or we were doing Christmas ornaments. Now, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do that this year. That may not be an option anymore. It may have to wait until 2021. So I'm just hanging on to my foil scraps until we can do all kinds of fun stuff again. Plus I took tons of this stuff with me on vacation. Why? Because why would I bring whole rolls when I have a million scraps? Oh yeah, that worked. And all that really did is just pop those details a little bit. Now it has a little bit of dimension. You can see the dragonfly shape more. It's so pretty that way, but it's still subtle. I like that. I like that very much. I turn on the... Hey, Minetta and Marie. Oh, Desiree, I'm sorry. I missed it when you said gold. I went with the silver on there. I just wanted to do it a little more subtly. Don't worry. I have plenty to be loud with. So I did this one because if you look at this close, it looks really spotty and messy. And that's because I used a stencil that had old foil adhesive on it, the spray adhesive on it from when we used that, and oh my God, it just left messy stuff everywhere, and I couldn't get a good look out of it, so I got annoyed and said, I'm not doing this, and I threw it in the corner, and I said, I'll figure it out when I get home. Well, you know, when I got home and I looked at it again, I said, let's see what happens when I go three-dimensional on it. So it's either gonna look really good or it's going to look really bad. And you know what happens if it looks really bad? I flip it over and do the other side. Now, the wooden cutouts that you see, the frames, the tags, the little car shapes that you saw, the gingerbread man, you know, this shape, the tag shape that I'm working on. Where's the little truck? The little trucks. I have those. Those are gonna go up and be on sale for the holidays. They're not listed right now, but if you'd like them sooner than I have them listed, let me know. I just have to get some more and bring them in. Okay, now you can see that this is all kind of textury when I lay it down because this was a highly textured foil pattern for my stencil. It's our Indian textile foil stencil, and so there was a whole lot of surface that had to be dealt with. And oh wow, yes, that made that so much better.
Hey girl.
Hey there.
How are you?
Hang on a second, I'm on a Facebook Live. Hang on just
I'm
a
sorry.
sec.
I just need some brochures.
Okay, they're right there on the front table. Help
Okay.
yourself.
Thank you. I'm gonna take all of the ones that are here. So
Okay, terrific.
I will talk to you later.
You got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was my wonderful neighbor. We do a lot to promote each other here in Brookfield. So she was taking, sorry, I can't get this to stay up. So she was taking brochures to share with other businesses, and I take other businesses' brochures. Oh, I love it. I love it that she came by and picked up stuff. All right, so look how cute this is. Now we've got dimension and texture, and it makes that kind of funky, weird background look really good. Terry, let me see what you're saying. Glad you're back. That stuff in the tube you said would work in a fabric. Yes, this is. If you go on our website and look up fabric adhesive at paintedstudio.com, this is our Deco Foil Liquid Adhesive. This is good for fabric and it's good for hard surfaces. The reason it's good for both is it doesn't require heat like our other fabric adhesives. This one you can just brush it on, scribble it on, draw it on, and press on, and it is absolutely machine washable, but do not put it through the dryer and do not iron on it because you'll ruin it. But look how cool that is. I like that. Oh, I'm feeling so much better because, you know, I have a couple of these. You know, this one, it came out so perfect, and this is our new Bloom stencil. This is the Kiwi Leopard and Silver Tinsel Foil, and I thought that came out so well. So when this one came out so badly originally, I was so upset. So I'm like, oh God, I got to figure that one out. So I have a few that'll go that way. I think I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do anything with this because I kind of like how subtle it is. But we have a couple frames too. So I did some of these, and I did such a bad job putting adhesive on some things. I did such a bad job on this. You can see if you look close. Oh my God, it didn't release anything. It was just a disaster. So I just completely put all new foil adhesive on it, and I'm going to release another foil on it. So which one do I have right here? And I think that looks like pewter bark. I'm trying to find something I haven't already done so you guys can see it on a frame. And I like something that's got enough zip on it. Okay, here's one of, it looks too much like one of the ones I already did. Boy, you wouldn't think it would be this hard, and I swear it's making me crazy. Oh, here we go. We got some copper crackle. And we use this at, if you look at this, we obviously use this at the holidays. So I'm gonna push this back down so you can see where I'm going here. Let's push a little further so you can see. All right. With all the work going on, I've pushed every camera and every other thing in every place I could possibly do it, so things are all in odd places in my studio at the moment. All right, so we're gonna lay this on here. And this is a V-mask foil, so it is not a fabric-friendly foil. And I'm gonna scrub with my little brush. Oh, I like that. And I even like the little bits of the other stuff showing underneath it. It makes it look even more of a crackled finish. Just get the bigger spots because I really don't want to leave that big gaps exposed, but boy, did that make a difference. So this is obviously a solution when you have an iffy finish, one that you're not happy with. Put adhesive on here. I mean, look how cool that copper crackle is. And then it's got that little bits of silver peeking through. So I'm very pleased with that one now. That came out much, much better. Okay, the last one I have is this thing that I did. And again, not happy with how it came out. The partner frame to it, because these come in a 2-pack. These we carry. This one came out just fine. You can see I've got my gold on it. I'm very happy with it. This one just came out like really, to me, unattractive. So now I gotta pull another piece of foil out of here and figure out what I'm gonna do. All right, I've got some of our dappled gold. Hang on a sec. Okay, I think this one was called originally Monarch Gold. And I just happen to have a scrap of it here. I do not have this exact one. The dappled gold that I have, actually, instead of these highs and lows of gold, has gold and brown. But this is what I had. So that's what I'm using. And as you can see, I'm just rubbing this with my fingers because I kind of wanted some of that blue and iridescence that I had put on in the first layer to peek through, just because it'll add a little dimension to it. And this little spot right there. This little spot. Okay, so I like that. Now that's got some dimension. It's got a little texture to it. Let me see if I can flip the light this way so y'all can see it a little better. My lights like to shift. So there we go. Much prettier, much prettier. All right, so this one, there are two different golds. It's gonna be a little hard to see unless you catch this one. It's got a holographic pattern in it, see? You can catch that. And then this just has a dappled pattern to it. All right. Okay. Hey, Dana, nice to see you. Is that thermo web foil, please? Shaz, I'm not sure what ThermoWeb foil is. I've never heard of it. I don't know if that's a brand or if it's a specific pattern. So you're going to have to be a little more specific in your question there. It is, like I said, it's not one that's available. I think that's an old VMask foil. And as we know, Jennifer Ferguson is arranging to start redoing some of the VMask foils, but she actually has to have the cylinders made for it. So as soon as each color in VMasks, whichever ones she produces, become available, we will have them in here. We're getting holiday colors in, and I mean the next holiday after Labor Day, well, Columbus Day or Indigenous People Day, whichever one you prefer to call it. I'm actually thinking of major holiday. I'm thinking Halloween. Okay, I'm already in Halloween. Why? Because September is this week. So, we'll be starting Halloween projects soon. And if you don't think I'm not kidding, remember, we already did our purple cow skull. This is how it completed, and I love this. This is going in our Halloween fall window. I always have fun with that window. All right, everybody, quick reminder. Again, we're doing a sprinkle contest. It's starting today. It does not need, Shaz, I'm sorry, I'm answering Shaz's question first, and then I will review the contest rules, so I'm not splitting it apart. Shaz, foils in general are made to be transferred with heat. However, our industry has discovered that we can create an adhesive that's strong enough to release it without heat. So we carry several different foil adhesives that are perfect for this. We carry the Artsyville foil adhesive, which is probably the stickiest, strongest, and best release for foil adhesive I've ever used. We carry Deco foil liquid adhesives in the spray, in the gel, and in the liquid. And then we carry our heat transfer vinyl adhesive. That is exactly what it says. And those last four that were mentioned are specifically fabric foils, but the writer pen that you just saw me use for our liquid can be used on hard surfaces because that doesn't require heat. If you're going to use the vinyl or you're going to use the spray or the gel, those three absolutely require heat to transfer the foil because the heat liquefies the gel, which allows it to bond to the foil. I don't know if I gave you enough of an answer or too much of an answer, but it does not necessarily require heat. Okay, so back to the contest. Sorry, my shirt keeps wanting to slide down because my back brace is shoving it in a funny way. This is a contest of sprinkles. We need 30 sprinkles. Use that little button. You know what the arrow button is. Use that little sprinkle button and sprinkle up to 30 times. Every time you sprinkle is an entry. If you've won in the last contest, you're not eligible to win in this contest, but we do appreciate your sprinkles because then you're helping somebody else to win. So we need to get to 30 sprinkles by next Friday. Your prize will be a couple of feet of foil and a custom cut heat transfer vinyl adhesive pattern. You just have to look at our website. You can choose your foil. You can choose your pattern that you're going to have cut because I'll cut it for you the day that the winner's announced and ship it out the next one. I'm not doing anything until all the choices have been made. All right, everybody, if you're not sure what our heat transfer vinyl adhesive is, check it out on our website, paintedstudio.com, and don't hesitate to ask any questions. That's what I'm here for. All right, everybody, have a wonderful Friday. I might be back later. I'm not sure. It depends on what happens with all this stuff in front of me. All right, everyone, have a good one. Bye-bye.